So the offerings that we thought of for the Bessie Mathew Foundation is just really based on the little experience that Bess and I had during our short experience with cancer. You know, when you're first diagnosed with cancer and you go to the doctor's office, some doctor's offices give you a goodie bag, like a care package. And what's inside that care package is really awesome. It's lotion, it's sometimes medicine like Tylenol, Claritin sometimes. There's socks, there's pens and notepads and all sorts of great things. And you know, as we're sitting there, you know, we're really grateful for what, you know, this goodie package that was given to us. But you know, there's a lot of other questions that go through your mind, especially when you're just kind of like processing the diagnosis, right? So one of the questions I asked the nurse was like, hey, you know, is there any financial aid that is available for people undergoing cancer? Because cancer is an expensive disease. And she said, you know what, hold on a second. I'll give you a card to our financial aid department, and they know some other places that can give you some financial aid help. And so I was like, okay, awesome. So she said, hold on, let me go get it. She got it and gave it to me. The next question I had in my mind was like, hey, you know, I have a 12-year-old and a 4-year-old at the time. And, you know, how do I explain it to them? How can I, you know, explain to them what their mom is going to go through? And they said, the nurse said, okay, there's a couple of books that I can recommend. Let me go write them down for you. And then hold on a second. So she writes it on a notepad and gives it to me. The third thing was like, hey, I heard that there's free house cleaning services for people undergoing chemo. And she said, you know what, there's this website that you can go to. And she wrote down the website and gave it to me. And, you know, I got to thinking now, like, I wish those things were already given to me without me asking them. If I didn't ask for these things, I would have never gotten them. But how amazing would it be if, along with the goodie bag that you're given, along with the care package you're given, if those things, those additional things, if not more valuable things, are included in a care package. So with the money that we're going to raise, I'd like to use part of that money to fund care packages that will include not only the lotion and the scarves and the socks and pens and paper and things like that, but also this other information that's at the top of mind of most people when they're undergoing cancer. So the second offering. On the way to the viewing and funeral, my really good friend is driving me back and forth from home to the church services. And, you know, the biggest thing on my mind at that point was the well-being of my children. And, you know, I asked him, I said, hey, bro, I really need to find counseling for my children, and I don't know where to begin. Could you help me with that, please? I can't even think straight at this moment. And he said, bro, don't worry, I got you. I will take care of it. And so that week passed. And a few weeks later, I get an email from a counselor, and there's a Zoom link set up for a certain time. I click on the Zoom link at that time, out pops a counselor. Both my kids have counseling set up for them. There is both Christian and non-Christian counseling set up, in-house and Zoom, all set up without me even lifting a finger. I have found out that Christian counseling especially is not covered by health insurance. It's about $140 a session. And I was having sessions in the beginning, like every 3 days, and my children were having sessions. And I come to find out that the church that my friend went to, they were paying for those sessions. It was just so humbling. And I I can't thank them enough for doing that. But I'd like to do the same thing with the Bessie Mathew Foundation. You may be grieving. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Even people undergoing cancer need counseling. Moms still need to function as moms. Dads need to still function as dads, and children need to be children. And so, with part of the proceeds from the money that we raise, we'd like to find you counseling if you need it. It could be Christian or non-Christian. We will set you up, and on top of that, we'd like to pay for your sessions as well. And so that is a second offering. Bessie valued education a lot. And when families are going through cancer, it's an expensive disease. A lot of money is spent on medication. It could be spent on even just getting there. Sometimes people don't have the money to even get to their appointments, right? So all their money is kind of used up on the disease. And so children can get impacted. Their education can get impacted. And so what we'd like to do is to pay for the education of a child in a family that's undergoing cancer. I found out that it only takes $1,500 to pay for 1 year of college in India. And that's just mind-blowing to me, because $1,500 could be raised pretty quickly. And with that money, not only do children, learn and get a skill that they can, use into the future, that give them hope for their future. It provides livelihood sometimes to families, right? Now another source of income is coming in. And so what we'd like to do with the third part of our funding is to pay for someone's education for a year.